All right, so we made it to the shop. It's raining. Gotta run back. Got the car set up. Let's see what happens today. So right now, guys, what we're gonna be doing is we got the hood put on as best as we can. All right, so we're gonna be taking off the two fenders to get them ready for paint, and we're also gonna get the bumper ready for paint. We're gonna paint them on the side of the vehicle, but the hood is actually gonna get painted directly on the vehicle. So we got the bumper right here, two fenders over there, hood's right there. We're gonna go ahead and start sanding them down and getting them ready for paint. I'm gonna try to set you guys up as best as I can to see us during the whole process. So let's just get started. This video might be a little hard for me to talk too much because my buddies are working on another car right now, so I have to be courteous of that as well. So I won't be able to speak too much because it's just gonna be a lot of background noise. But as you guys can see, the bumper right here is ready. We also got these three. These are the headlight washers and the tow hook cover. We got one of the fenders right here. These are gonna stay right here. We're gonna start sanding the fender first. Then we're gonna get to the hood and then continue on with the other fender and the bumper. So as you guys can see, we're getting ready right now. We got some 600 grit wet and dry sandpaper that we're gonna sand this fender with here in a second. Look at the Tesla, looks like a frog, but it's kind of nice. As you guys can see, the hood is now sanded. You guys can see it looks really good. Everything's flat. I'm not gonna actually touch anything because I don't want to get it wet and dirty, but it is going to be clean before it gets painted. You guys can see it looks really good right now. It's like there's no dents. All the damage we had, all the little hits and holes, everything's looking really good. Bumpers all good, fenders are good. Got the other fenders looking really good so far. So initial sanding is done on the fenders. You guys can't really tell, but you can see the scuffs on there. We're actually going to start scuffing the door because we're going to go ahead and actually blend it in with the door because we want the fenders to blend in with the door. Got the bumpers also preliminary sanded. I think it's going to get sanded one more time before we actually dry it off and have it ready for paint. We're actually getting the corner right here repaired because it was hit right there from the hood. So we're going to go ahead and get that repaired. That's some Bondo right there, putting that on. Hood's also good, so we're going to keep going. Alright, so I went ahead and just finished up this door and the other door. So what I did was I used a Scotch Brite pad to just scuff up the door. You guys can see there's a lot of scuffs now, scratches. And what I also did was I took the 2000 grit sandpaper and wet sanded it before I wiped it all down. Now, you have to get the edges really well. So I did all the edges really well, because if you don't get the edges, most likely the paint could potentially peel. You want it to stick there perfectly. So as you guys can see, I also got this door done. Alright, Alright, so now we're gonna go actually get the paint ready to be mixed. So if you guys follow me into the paint mixing room, or this side room, we're gonna go ahead and mix the paint. If you guys saw when I fixed my other silver BMW, they were able to mix it right here as well. So you guys might have already seen this room with all the paint, but you guys can see it's really cool. These paint racks, it auto mixes all the paint that you see here, just like that. We got all the colors ready to be mixed right here, so we're gonna go ahead and see what happens. So as you guys can see, we got the whole car masked off besides the spots that are going to be painted. We even masked it off under the hood, but you guys will see that during the paint job. Got both sides ready to go. The other parts are right here sitting. Let's get down to business. Alright guys, so we're gonna be ending for today because it got pretty late. It's getting dark. And as you guys can see, we got the door is painted, the side little area right there is painted. Also on this side, they're also painted, and so is the hood. But because we did the repairs, It looks like whoever had this hood before us actually repaired it at least 2 times, and they painted it a few times. So for some reason, the paint reacted to something that was used to repair this hood by the previous owner of this hood. Now that's exactly why you don't buy a used hood. And because of that, now we're gonna have to actually sand it down again, repaint it, and re-clear coat it. So we're gonna actually see what we're gonna do about that next time I'm here, which probably will be tomorrow. So I'm gonna show you guys just one other thing. We actually put the, as you guys can see, we put the panels in here. I'll get back with you guys tomorrow.